It's the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is on 6 times that Opie did things that by today's standards would have freaked out parents today. Would have really freaked them out. And you probably know some of them if you think about it. But let's cover them. We'll start with Opie joins a secret club that meets in an abandoned barn. Opie's curfew is a little obscure throughout the Andy Griffith Show. As far as I can tell, it's sometime between not too late or not after dark. This limit's tested in Keeper of the Flame when Opie joins a secret club. Takes a solemn oath to bring the candle necessary to light their nightly meetings in an old abandoned barn. When the barn catches fire, the owner and moonshiner, Jubal Foster, pretends to suspect it's Opie and his friends. But Opie's bound to the honor of his oath not to tell Andy what's up. And of course, it turns out Opie's not the bad guy in the end, and Andy gets the right man, and we all know who it is. Still, each time Opie scampers off at night to bring the sacred candle to the secret club, you can practically hear today's parents cringe as they agree with Andy. You know you ain't allowed after dark. Opie meets a strange man in the woods who gives him money for ice cream. Nervous parents, cover your ears while I explain the plot of the episode of Mr. McBeevy. The photo that I'm showing you has a Opie meeting with Mr. McBeevy in the woods. He's a telephone line man who also does tricks for Opie and gives him money to buy himself an ice cream. When Opie tells Andy about the real nice man, Andy gets more than concerned and follows his boy out into the woods where we've already seen Opie wander off alone several times. If the man isn't there, the plot grows more ominous, and each furrow of Andy's eyebrows, instead of dramatic confrontation with Mr. Beebe, though, the episode ends with Andy shaking his hand gleefully, saying, "I can't tell you how glad I am to meet you." That's the difference between a kid in the woods of Mayberry and any place else in the world today. Now, you won't believe this, but Opie steals. The episode Opie and his merry men find Opie again out in the woods, this time with a crew of friends sharing a bottle of nut brown ale. Opie uncorks the bottle with his teeth and takes a giant swig before leading his merry men to meet another strange man in the woods outside Mayberry. This time it's not somebody as nice as Mr. McBeevy either, but a liar who convinces the boys to steal on his behalf. When Andy catches wind of it, he's off again, stomping into the woods behind Opie. This time he scares the strange man off instead of shaking his hand. As usual, the whole episode is revolved by a heart-to-heart between Andy and Opie, because Andy's trick seems to be that you don't have to monitor every second of the boy's life, as long as you instill good sense every chance you get. Opie ditches school to go fishing with a hobo. Yet again, we see Opie strolling alongside a stranger he's met in the woods in the episode Opie's Hobo Friend. This time he met the stranger with Andy after a fishing trip. Barney suspects the man is a hobo and arrests him for vagrancy, but Andy sets him free and gives him a job. Now, this is when things actually get fishy, because Opie comes across the hobo before this first day on a job, and when the man decides to ditch his work to go fishing, Opie decides to follow along and do the same. Now, that's not acceptable behavior for any growing boy, and as usual, Andy manages to catch up in time to help steer the boy the right way, all while allowing the kid to go do pretty much wherever he pleases. Opie's friend spies on Andy from the sheriff's office roof. Now, for an episode, A Man's Best Friend, Opie gets a new pal in Arnold. The buddies pull all kinds of tricks, but one of the most hair-raising for any skittish parent is a scene right out of at the start where Arnold teeters on the rooftop of the sheriff's office. He's up there so he can spy on Andy communicating through a walkie-talkie with Opie, who waits inside ready to surprise Andy with his inexplicable insights. Practical jokes continue and escalate throughout the episode, including one played by Andy himself, not exactly setting the picture-perfect example for his boy, as he seems to almost boast after pulling one over on Arnold. Practical jokes can hurt people. By the episode's end, both boys have apologized and made good. Of course, but the rest of the episode is pure, unmitigated, and immature antics. Opie kind of kidnaps a baby for a while. Then there's the episode Opie finds a baby. In it, Opie discovers a baby who's been abandoned by his parents, and he and his pal decide the best thing to do is to tell nobody. Okay, what? Now, we know that Andy has taught Opie better than this. They hide the baby as they try to find him the best possible parents, worried if they turn the baby over, he will end up having a bad life in an orphanage. Now, it's not until the worried real parents return for their baby that Opie brings the baby back. Imagine that. A couple of kids with enough free time and parental distance that they can take care of a newborn baby and keep it a secret from Opie's pa the whole time. Now, if audiences in the 60s found this plausible, we think today's viewers can allow for a couple of teens in the 1980s whose parents don't always know their every move. As Opie proves, we've seen stranger things than that. And then you got to also ask, the parents come back for the baby, and it's just baby's handed right back to them. No qualms, no fuss, nothing. Love the Andy Griffith Show, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget about classic TV facts and trivia, classic rock and country music facts and trivia. Head on over there. Please subscribe. Have a great day. God bless you. And I'll be praying for you.